get in my paw. See you there.
Oh, man. We're having trouble with this share screen. My OBS is not happy. Yo.
Hey, so do you want me to just join in on Octagon and just...
Yeah, just join in on Octagon for now. Maybe, yeah, I guess that's the only way to do it.
Alright. Sorry about some of the technical issues we've been having, guys.
Did that Blue Sun game finish or no?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, you're not in it. Right. Well, the next game is up.
Yeah. I'm surprised Andy pulled that game out. That was impressive.
Oh, yeah. And
we are looking at which one?
We're going to be joining the Vex game.
Oh, yeah, right.
Wait for me to get in, obviously.
Yeah.
Delicious. That was a good burrito. I don't think I've had that burrito breakfast.
It's good. Good for eating.
Good rice, too.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is great. She's in the bathroom. Yoko! I don't know where she went. I guess so. I found the park. I found the park.
Okay.
Yep, let's try this again. So Andy took that first game. Impressive.
Yeah, that's impressive because that is not what I thought was going to happen. So
No, it looked pretty good for HB there, actually.
all right.
So, a second victory for Stealth Andy there.
Very nice.
Yeah.
We got Near Earth Hub versus something.
Second Corroder is pretty uncommon out of Stealth Andy, right? Like,
Yeah, I think so.
to fit that, you either have to cut the third cloak, which is, I mean, cloak's really good, or you've got to cut the second RDI, which I guess is more reasonable now than it used to be because of less MBN. But we got plenty of MBN over here. Yeah, Anthony, change your credit total to 9999. Just makes it easier for the runner to switch around.
Mm-hmm. So we got Max versus Near Earth. And
Pretty good Near Earth Hub hand, hedge fund, ice, and some assets.
so I can actually see some of the corp cards, but just not all of them.
This is an interesting hand for Max. I think this is a tough keep, actually. Lucky Vine obviously is a great econ card, but you don't have a Mimic, so you don't really want to be face checking. And Medium is good, but it's not usually good quickly. Neither is Same Old Thing, and then without the ability to face check, it's just like, well, he does face check, and he doesn't get punished. If you're gonna face check R&D against MBN, first turn is a pretty good time to do it. But this click 4 check on HQ is really dangerous. If he runs into an Architect there, it's probably an Astro being scored.
Yeah, I mean, he's just super happy that neither of those were Architect.
Yeah.
Like, would have been a big deal.
All right, so install of the marked accounts, install of a Sansan, and he's still got another Sansan that he drew, and he puts money on marked accounts. This is fine. Simon does have the option here to just like Parasite Medium and start running, and it's not a bad option at all.
No, I actually like this. I mean, especially depending on how good you think the corpse hand is. Like R&D might be very agenda rich. So
Well, he did keep his hand.
yeah, exactly.
But still no agendas on R&D.
This is both very sad.
Yeah. What is that? A wraparound that he got?
That ice is going right on R&D.
Was that? Did you see if that was a wraparound?
I didn't flip over.
He also has a toll booth and enough money to res it. It looks like Simon saw that NEPD and chose not to steal it. Once again, we see the decline. That makes a little bit of sense. I mean, so here we get a Queen's Gambit and a Corroder, and he's going to run into this wraparound.
All right, that works out. If it is a wraparound,
it is a wraparound.
Beautiful.
So that's going to be 3 fresh accesses. Queen's Gambit successful, putting the counters on a Sand there. And he does steal a Beal and an Astro script.
Brutal.
Big pulls. But there's a Toll Booth and a Lotus Field, both difficult ice for Max to deal with in the hand of NBN. So, and then with pretty good amount of money, 2 Sands on the table, some drip economy going, it could be hard to get into R&D here.
Yeah.
If NBN just leans on the drip economy, he might be able to lock out a slow game.
All right, and we're seeing here a Parasite to get into HQ. Yep.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, this is reasonable. There is 1 NEPD in there, so there's a 1 in 3 chance he hits.
Yeah. I did
does.
like that.
Wow, people are just nuts with these HQ axes. I wish I could play like this.
Yeah.
And then I guess you run again? Yeah, you run again.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty reasonable. But just sniping all over the place. Like, that Queen's Gambit was really good, too.
Oh, yeah, Queen's Gambit is an awesome card. In all these, in pretty much any Anarch deck, like 1 or 2 Queen's Gambit. I mean, maybe except for Noise, where you're like really tight on slots for other things. All right, so the second Sandsdan, I think that was, gets installed. Mm-hmm. And NBM finds an Eli for HQ. There's still 3 medium counters sitting on the table, so if like Zoo ever gets found, and there's Deja Vu plus Zoo. So even though there is the toll booth there,
it wouldn't be unreasonable to randomly just purge here soon, so that when he next gets in, he's not seeing 4 cards.
Right. Here he goes ahead and checks this new install, which is a DBS, not the other Sansan. That's a good check. Because, you were getting free HQ access the last turn. You might be trying to, ditch them.
Yeah. And he turned his DBS on, and... well.
There's a breaking news.
Breaking news. Probably not what he wants to see right now. But...
nope, it looks like he's going to try and overdraw it. He finds an Astro.
Oh, man.
I mean... so, you do run into this issue of knifed. If there is a knife in the discard here, which you can take a look.
There's a problem here where...
so no knife in the discard yet.
Wow, and he starts retrieving... oh, yeah, he uses the Jackson on his turn.
Yeah, in anticipation of Hades Shard. Hades Shard would be the game here, so...
true.
He doesn't want to, leave that possibility open. He has 1 Astro in hand, and he has enough money to score it. Trouble is, with 3 medium counters, and Toll Booth is the only thing protecting R&D, it's pretty inadvisable to try and score this Astro here.
Yeah. Alright, so he's going to go see what it is.
It's going to get told.
I mean, it's reasonable. It could, you could be like, okay, is this an architect?
Yeah, even if the thing about it is, if you're checking click 1 and it is an architect, you have the opportunity to go and run other servers, and then you also get in for the medium anyway.
Yeah, and a medium at 4 is a very good chance of winning. So
he's going to Toll Booth, or he's going to Deja Vu. He's going to get his Zoo back. Oh no, he's going to get Parasite Data Sucker and Parasite the Toll Booth, going for the long plan. So this runs into a really, really big issue, which is that the purge for medium incidentally is going to also purge the Parasite.
Purging becomes pretty high value here. So
yeah, you don't really want to make it that easy on the Corp, but the Corp is poor, so there's at least that, and he just goes ahead and he
wants to stop Data Sucker being a problem. It's reasonable.
Okay, so Inject finding plenty of good cards here.
Yeah, Inject for all kinds of shit. Oh, going fast. All right.
Yep. Trashing that marked accounts with the imp. There's another virus that you probably want to purge sooner rather than...
I think you purge here pretty easy.
You think it's a pretty easy purge? It's not a bad purge, that's for sure. Pop up window, pad camping.
So like the purge here just stops you from losing to some random trickery.
Yep, and he does the purge here.
Yeah, and like getting a counter off imp when you've got Sands in play, pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. There's a Grimoire that could accelerate the data sucker play a little bit, which is good. I think my play here is maybe like Lucky Find, same old Lucky Find Grimoire.
Okay.
He decides not to play the Grimoire, but you can still go same old Lucky Find here. Instead, he just keeps drawing.
So what's he looking for? Let's see.
Well, he found the David. That's going to combo with the Spoon that he does have in his deck to blow up the Toll Booth. Oh, no, actually he can't because it's got a data sucker on it now. And he is out of memory. He can definitely trash this imp. It's obviously not doing anything for him anymore, but, just something to look out for. It would be nice to get the Grimoire in play before you play the data sucker.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, he just chooses not to. I don't really feel about that. You don't really have a lot to do. I think that same old Lucky Find that turn was a little better.
Yeah, I think I agree. It's a little do-nothingy. Alright, and the corpse just getting money.
Yep, just all dirtles here. And that's how you want to do it. You've got the Toll Booth on R&D. You're down a whole lot of points. You need to lock things down a little bit. He's even got a replacement Toll Booth. So if he manages to stick some drip economy, Max doesn't have anything. Oh.
So this is the Data Sucker run.
And this is going to do it, isn't it? Whoa, really?
Huh.
Okay. So this is going to, put Toll Booth dead next turn. This is a pretty good way to do it, too.
Yeah. All right. I mean, and there's a chance of winning right there.
Exactly, yeah. And you do have to still pay the 3 for Toll Booth, so I guess going there for the access on HQ is pretty good. He sees breaking news here. I think you got to bottom that.
Yeah, you have to. You can't have 3 agendas in hand when the runner's randomly poking it every now and then.
Did he already DBS? He's stuck on that. Wow. Okay.
Purged. All right. Man.
So after that purge, I think you just do it again, right? Like R&D or archives and then HQ.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Why not?
Not much has changed. The pad campaign did get rezzed.
So the thing is, it's applying pressure while seeing random accesses in HQ.
Yeah. He already trashes the DBS. I don't think this is advisable. He doesn't have any way of getting more money.
No.
If you're gonna do this, I think your last 3 clicks have to be same old Queen's Gambit, but yeah, not happening.
Yeah, I can't say I like that play at all.
No, I disagree with it.
Traded his entire turn for that pad.
Yeah, and now MBN's gonna get some money. He does have 3 agendas in hand. There is Wonton in this Max deck, but with Ice on Archives, you're not really sure. Max does have 5 credits here, so you can, Knife HQ.
Yeah.
Knife HQ, click through, and he's probably going to get a second access here. And what is that, 40-40? It's an 85% chance, and he gets it.
I mean...
Yeah, that's 84% to win the game if you run twice, so...
Yeah. Yeah, after that medium dig, Neurotub was kind of in a hole, so it's going to be tough to dig out of.
All right, so that'll be that match. That's a runner split. Andy and Max both won the game. So that's 1-1. Let's see if the other match is still going or not.
I'm going to grab some water really quick. 1 second.
Okay, so Rotom is still going. Let's see if we can't get into that game. Can't actually see it.
All right.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so
Which one are we doing?
it's Rotom Appliances game. And it's Andy versus Astrobiotics. So, I don't know. We haven't seen Rotom's, Andy. Or, I'm sorry, this is Novo's Andy. Rotom is playing Neerathub. Neither player has anything scored yet, but Neerathub has a lot of ice res, including 3 pop-up windows. On the other side, we've got Katie Jones and security testing going with Desperado, but all those servers are iced up. He's also got Katie. And there's Astro for Rotom.
And that's big.
That's big.
Digging the 3 pop-ups.
And the Data Raven in front of the Pack campaign.
Yeah.
That takes a while to get going. So out of Andy, we see John Masanori. John Masanori's gonna, get some value here. With all this ice res, you have a good idea of where it's safe to run. But Rotom starts his turn with plenty of credits to Fast Advance if he has the other Astro.
Yeah. Huh.
But he's thinking, which means that he doesn't.
Yeah, that Dad Raven in front of the pad's interesting. So it's like,
yeah, are you really gonna get so many credits off the pad that was all worth it? Is the question.
Yeah. Very very much doubt that,
but you can put a Sand there later in the game, and
that's true.
Maybe discourage the runner from coming in.
All right, so he's running through the pop up and sees a Sand.
Okay, so
yeah.
So he decides not to use the Data Raven Sand play. I think, I don't know, it's pretty close about which one you want to put through there. This Andy deck could float tags reasonably. It's not at the point where he wants to be floating tags yet, but once you get towards the end of the game, it's not that big of a deal to start doing so, especially if you've got enough money, you think, to last for the rest of the game, because all you're really doing with resources is making money. I guess John Masanori draws cards, and hey, Utopia Shard does its thing, but you can always use Utopia Shard before you start floating. And here's Rotom digging, presumably for more Astros. Maybe he finds a Sensen or a Jackson Howard or a DBS or something, shoves it behind that pop-up window. That's like the beauty of pop-up windows in these like asset-heavy rush decks, either NBN or HB. Pop-up window finds Splash and HB, just because against these decks that want to, the control decks that want to deny you credits and stuff like that, like Andy and Kate, you can just put it in front of a remote server and it just tacks on this like 2 credit differential on everything they try and trash in that remote server. So if you have high priority targets like Sansa and Ash, daily business shows sometimes, pop-up windows are a great way to protect.
Yeah, it's great. Plus, if they're trashing all of your economy and you're still gaining while they're doing it, then you're looking just way better.
Yeah. All right, so there's Utopia Shard plus legwork for the full HQ access. We're going to get to see if are there any Beals or any PDs. There's double Beal. That's huge.
Brutal.
Very brutal. We don't know what this remote card is. It could be Jackson Howard, which is maybe saving him some like NEPDs or something that he had in addition to those Beals. But still, I mean, that play puts Andy right back in the game. It didn't look too good with the Astro scored before, but Zoo into legwork is accessing pretty much the whole hand. And all these draws from Rotom make me think that card in the remote server is probably not a Jackson Howard.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's drawing so many times means that, it could very well be an NPD or 2 in the archives. And I think if I'm Novo here, I'm checking archives this turn.
Oh yeah.
Because you're not going to click to draw twice in a turn if that card is Jackson Howard. And yeah, he does. First click, Dirty Laundry into archives. And I'd be surprised if this doesn't net him an NAPD.
Acknowledges this successful run.
Yep.
And, okay.
No NAPD. Sweep Biotic Labor, it looks like. So NAPD still very much in the game, despite that strong HQ attack.
Oh, hey, Dan, you're going to have to put my face on Skype again.
Oh, jeez. Nova discards Passport Fairy. Not really any good reason to keep Passport around against NEH when you've already got Zoo in play. And
Yeah.
And with Viper, there could just be no Architect in this deck. We've got Data Raven out. That could be the only Central.
So what's he spending his influence on?
Well, we do see a Viper there. It could be
Viper.
It could be like 3 Eli, 2 Viper, 3 Biotic, even.
Ice and Hard on the Centrals.
Yep.
Yeah, it's reasonable. They both got a ton of money, so. Sure, gamble, run the remote, and we'll see what it was.
I think it's a Sand. I don't think there's anything else that makes any sense.
Yeah. Good call.
Yeah, if it's Pat or DBS, you res it. If it's Jackson Howard, you use it. And if it's Agenda, you score it. So it's got to be Sand. The only other thing that you could even think about it being is like maybe breaking news in like a sneaky attempt to try and kill Katie Jones.
Yeah, but he would have used it then as well.
Yeah, there was probably an opportunity to do that before.
All right, Slam's Dunk Rotor seems good.
Yep, the full breaker availability is in play. Obviously Fairy is just the one I've used. And there's breaking news. Is it? Oh no. Yeah, it is breaking news. Okay. So still no second Astro. Good news for Andy. And a little bit telling that NEH has the ability to install that breaking news in the pop-up server, but he does want the card. So still digging for an Astro there. I guess it's not really any surprise. When you have the Astro counter, you do want to speed things up as much as you can.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Close out the game before Andy gets a lockdown on the Centrals, finds RDI or whatever it is.
So what's Andy looking for here?
I would be looking for R&D multi-access here. Yeah. Okay, so there's medium, and that's what he's looking for sure. How many clicks does he have left? He's got 2 clicks and 6 credits. He chooses to draw a card here, and then
He's not doing it this turn.
No. So if I'm Andy here, I'm actually thinking that it's time to start running security testing through pop-up window. Net, it's the same as clicking for credits. You gain 3, -1, 2, and the corp gains 1. So you gain 2 and the corp gains 1. But since you have the whole Breaker Suite and Medium online, it's a good time to give both players credits, especially when you're low. You can maybe make MBN's credits not worth very much.
Yep.
And if you can get in for Medium a lot of times, then that's good. But here's the Astro probably, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So not much time left on the clock for Andy.
Yep, that's a big deal. Okay.
Yeah. So, and with 3 ice on R&D and 14 credits, it's going to be tough. Okay, Stimhack and R&D. Yeah, cool. That's good. If he's got a same old thing for Stimhack, but there's Toll Booth. That's just so expensive. This is going to be next to impossible for Andy to win, I think.
That's rough.
He's gonna need to find the last Astro or the Beal or the breaking news off the top right here.
Mm-hmm. I approve of any uses of Stimhack though.
Yeah, Rotom is down to 6 credits. If you can res a Lotus Field or something, or an Ichi, so that's +2. Ooh. I mean, Nova's got enough credits to break this, but yep, there's Fairy.
Yeah, but it's just so expensive on return visits.
Yeah, for medium to be more powerful than RDI, you need to be getting cheap runs.
With runs like this, you'd much rather have RDI. So
yeah, and he goes ahead and clicks through Eli.
And what's unfortunate is you can't play a Mimic and make the Itchy cheaper too. So.
Oh, but he finds a breaking news.
Oh.
Game's still on. Rotom's on 1 credit, so if he has the last Beal or the last Astro here, he can score out the win. Looks like he doesn't. Also, you got to remember that Inside Job is very live for Andy.
Very big deal, yeah.
So how much does this Toll Booth cost to break? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Too damn much.
Eli is going to be 4. There is like a Hail Mary 1 access play available here.
All right, sweep and deploying shit out.
Oh, and there's an Asher.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Or maybe a Cyberdex virus sweep.
Yeah. Although, even in that case, it could stop one card being accessed here. So it's a
So he
big
goes
deal.
ahead and checks the remote.
Jackson.
Yeah. Uses Jackson mostly to deny the runner a credit here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Shuffles in a couple blanks and a hidden card. Maybe there is an NAPD in the discard there. Here's an R&D target, so that's probably same old, or inside job. That's the danger of putting Toll Booth out in front here, but you don't always have the luxury of stacking ice the way you want. So there's going to be a click through Ichi, trace on Eli.
Yep.
Or no, I'm sorry, trace for Ichi. I don't think MBN's going to want to trace here. So just one, and he's going to walk through that. Going to have to pay through Eli, having already clicked through the Ichi. And then if this is an Ash, and it is, that's trouble.
That's rough. But you gotta kill it.
Do you? Let's see. You do get the successful run counter on medium, which is nice.
Or excuse me, I think you definitely want to beat the trace.
Can you beat the trace?
If you can you not? Let's
Yeah,
see.
he can. He can. If all 3 credits get dumped into the Ash trace here. Okay, so it's a total of 6. So
you got 5 to see 2 cards.
So the problem is if you actually beat the trace, you're not able to steal NAPD contract,
That's a problem.
which is most of the agendas left in the deck.
Yeah, what do we have left?
We've got 1 Astro, 1 Beal, and 3 NAPDs.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a tough call. Do you beat this trace? Your life is on the line here. I don't think he can get in again next turn if he trashes it, right? Unless he's got like another inside job, maybe. If you get in next turn, you're getting in for 1.
That's really hard.
I think you have to beat this Ash Trace. I don't think there's any way. If he's got another copy of Inside Job, then you can start doing the math. But yeah, you just got to beat the Ash Trace here. There's no option. You're not getting back in. So, yep, the Hail Mary play.
Plus, it really only costs you $4.
Yep, and he misses.
Rough. All right.
Yep, big game for NEH here. Ash Rez in front with Toll Booth, Ichi, Eli. Hugely taxing R&D server. It'll be easy to clear medium here. If the runner did see an NAPD contract in hand, that does sort of open up HQ a little bit. Like maybe you've got an option to go steal it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But he's only on 2, and Viper is not exactly the cheapest ice to break with Zoo.
All right, it's a card in his remote.
Yep, that could be an NAP. I guess that's really unlikely. You're not going to want to try and sneak one by at this point.
Yeah. I mean, that just seems overly risky when you're in a really good position, but... Huh.
So he does check for NAPD, clicking for 2 credits. He gets his John Massanori card, and it's just a pad campaign. So him checking that remote makes me think that there was an NAPD on top of the deck.
Yeah.
And
how much does it cost for him to get into the hand with what he sees? Like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if he runs on last click.
Okay.
So he's gonna have to get up to 9. So this is where I would have been happier to see run archives for security testing rather than click for one of those credits. I think.
Yeah. I think so too.
But there's a new install for NEH. That could be the game right there.
Because he really just... he just really needs to get enough money to get into one of the centrals and quickly win. As quickly as he can.
Yeah. Alright, so still nothing there for MBN. So it clicks for 2 credits and discard a card.
Interesting.
Yeah. He's going to go up to 8 next turn off these pad campaigns. So if he's got a Biotic Labor, and it's pretty likely that he's got a Biotic Labor in his hand now, he will be able to score NAPD.
All right, there we go. I mean,
There's Executive Boot Camp. Interesting choice. There's not actually that many things that it gets. You can't trigger upgrades. You could search up Ash and Sansan with that if you one thing, but maybe it's just
to waste the runner's time.
well, right now it's definitely to waste the runner's time, and with 7 credits, that's still enough to fast advance NAPD because of Astro Counter. But yeah, you can't tutor up Wire Sweet Ash or Sansan.
You tutored up Jackson.
Yeah, you can tutor up Jackson. You can tutor up DBS, I guess.
It's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, that's bad news for Andy. Oh, an account siphon. Okay, so if there's like any ice here that like costs money to break, which is like all of it except for Data Raven. Oh shit! I disconnected.
Oh really? I'm still in it.
Anyway, I sort of expect Biotic Labor into NAPD there. Did you? What was the ice?
They have not resed it yet.
You still thinking?
Should I tell them to just keep playing?
Did I break the game?
No, I don't think so. You're just a spectator.
Yeah, I think my Octagon connection went out.
He resed a wraparound.
Okay, so that wraparound is gonna keep that's gonna keep Andy from getting in at all. So he's just gonna have to bounce here. Forcing that res does prevent Biotic into NAPD this turn, so that is a great play by him. The account siphon there.
He Nobo broke through it all.
Oh wow, he could actually pay in.
Yeah, he paid in.
Oh yeah, it's only I thought he only had 5 credits.
He had 6.
Oh okay, well that's just enough then.
Yeah, so he broke in and took all of the corpse money, and now he's up at 9. He has tags now, but whatever.
Yeah, that's you know we're past the point where you want to blow up. Yeah, my Octagon connection is all dead. Damn, all kinds of stream problems today. I don't think anybody gets to see the end of the game.
Just have voice commentary. And for his last click, he's running HQ, just the hard way.
Really?
Yes, just running back in for the what? It's going to cost him 6 credits.
How did he manage to get in with 6 credits while also beating the Viper trace? Isn't it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the pop-up window, 6 for the wrap, 7 for the wraparound?
Yeah, maybe he had 7.
Okay.
And he accessed a non-winning card. So
Okay. So you get your like NAPD Hail Mary there. It's better to take it on that turn because if they do manage to find an Astro or a Beal, you could potentially win the game before that goes off.
Mm-hmm. Corp installs up, and looks like Corp is Astroing, and that's the game.
Well, I found a Beal.
Yep. Well, he found an Astro.
Well, whatever. Okay, so 3-2.
Yep. Never in a radio report.
Yep.
Oh, and he top decked it. It wasn't in his hand, so
Yeah.
the iron into the hand wasn't going to find it no matter what.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Is Rotom, Nobo, Vex, and who? Who was the last one?
Nobo?
I got Rotom, Nobo, Vex, and who was the last player?
I don't remember.
Oh, Simon.
Oh, Simon. Or, yeah, Simon. Currently, we have Vex and Simone leading.
All right, yeah, let's take I need a bathroom break. Vex is also everybody's BRB.
Yep. We'll be right back.
Which game are we watching, Anthony?
Give me like 2 minutes. Be right back.
I think we're gonna watch the non-Nobo game. It looks like, yeah. All right, we're gonna check out Simon versus Nobo, or Simon versus. 47 card max. What are you doing? We just gotta wait for Sly to come into this game. So we've got Simon Moon at 3-1, Rotom at 2-2, and then Novo is out of it, but he's playing the other game against I guess Vex, who is 3-1 as well. So we've got Vex and Simon in the lead. Anthony, get in the game. It's ready.
Okay. Here we go. You'll have to move my face over. Old school commentary.
Yeah. I gotta resize the overlay for my screen, so I don't have it available yet. But as soon as I get one, just waiting on like some Photoshop files so I can touch up the old overlay and make the stream look a little nicer.
Yeah, unfortunately, our overlay was very specifically sized for Dean's screen, so.
Okay, Simon sets up his HB deck. Looks like that was just the HB Rush. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Yeah, the board looks correct to me, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it did flip the board.
Yeah, now it's the wrong way, I think. Go off the gun.
I always play with him.
Go back.
All right. So here's Val versus HB Rush. Oh. All right, looks like we're going to be moving forward despite Simon dealing with his cards on the top of the screen. Well, it looks like he's not having too much trouble with it. He starts off...
All right, I'm back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, so Simon started off with Hedge Fund Ice Ice. We didn't get to see his hand, but the remaining cards are San Adonis Ash. Seems like a great start. On the other side, Valencia sets up an SMC. I've had worse. Sure Gamble. So pretty good econ start over there. But no more money in the hand, which is never a good thing. You really need like something to keep you going as Anarch. I think that was an Adonis campaign over there. Or something. And then just takes a credit.
Yeah.
No ice to protect those remote servers is pretty bad news against Valencia. Like, the bad publicity just makes it really awkward to throw out anything that could get trashed. Fortunately for Simon, Sam is sitting on not a lot of econ, but there is an imp there. So we can always, just imp in. There's an Enigma that's pretty annoying. Successfully makes the runner lose a click. Bad publicity doesn't help you there. Anthony, you there? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. My girlfriend's heading out, so I was just muted. Enigma's one of the better early ice to punish face checking.
Okay, but Val goes and gets the Yogg, gets a 1 credit discount on the SMC there. But down to 3 credits and no way to make money. You're in this awkward position now as Val of thinking about whether you want to, draw cards to try and find more economy or whether you can just click for credits. If you draw cards, you run into the possibility of drawing into liberated accounts, which you can't play yet.
Mm-hmm.
You do draw a card here and you find, all this stuff.
Sounds Cyber Cipher, which is pretty awkward.
Yeah.
Pretty awkward to get Cyber Cipher when you already have Yogg in play.
Right.
It's like,
There could definitely be Lotus Field or Toll Booth in this deck, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. But
Okay, so that's an Eve campaign.
trashing Eves with imps is awesome.
Oh yeah, that's what you want to be doing with them. But there's an ice, and he can just score here, right? He can just go like beta test Ash. You can alternatively play Adonis campaign and get that going.
Yeah, I like being aggressive right here.
Aggressive with the scoring, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, R&D is wide open, and the runner has no credits. It looks like he just played an Ash. This is a pretty weak play. You could have definitely at least installed the Adonis there.
Yeah. There's no need. I mean, his opponent was at
1 credit.
one credit. Like, it's perfect time.
And then the res on the wraparound at HQ.
Because he has to, because he didn't put his agenda down.
Right.
See, if he had played the agenda in there, he wouldn't have even had to res this. So
Val draws another card,
Mhm.
finds a worthless Plascrete, but he does get a free R&D access with the possibility of Imp Trash here. And he trashes Architect with Imp, and
definitely,
you got to think he's going to come back, right?
yeah, I would.
Nope, he just takes 1.
Huh.
You're going to have to do that eventually, but I don't know that you're going to get a much better chance to run R&D.
And a fresh R&D access is worth more than 1 credit.
All right, so the Adonis campaign comes down. Gets I think that was an Eli to replace that Enigma, which is not doing anything anymore. And so this Adonis campaign is probably going to pay off pretty good while Simon, or while Rotom takes care of his credit problems over there.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna make a run on the remote.
Okay. What was this ice here?
This is wall static, and it's. I mean, I have to think that play is just to get him to pay money to res wall static.
Yeah. He's just trying to be aggressive because he's so poor.
Right. Yeah, well, I think your turn for that was last turn, and you had a free R&D. What had you seen in Ash, though? Draws another card, still struggling to find economy. Yeah, it's rough. He kept a hand with Sure Gamble, and I've had worse, and he's dug 7 cards deep, and he hasn't found another money card yet.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
So what do you do here? I mean...
As Val?
Yeah.
Well, this play is fine.
Yeah.
Higher side R&D.
Reasonable.
I think you're sort of like committed to drawing cards to find money now. Because the more you draw and fail to find money, the more likely it is that you find some money. Another accelerated beta test off the top in Sansan goes into the Ash Adonis server. Now that there's 2 upgrades, you can be pretty sure that it's going to be that Sansan Ash.
Oh, yeah.
And another Grimoire.
I'm a little concerned about the 2 agendas in hand. I want to get ice on there soon, but... All right, and he gets Jackson going. Overdrawing to get rid of his agendas.
Maybe. I think I would keep a beta test here.
I think you definitely should keep at least 1 beta test.
Trouble is, this hand is so good. Like, I don't know. Now you have to discard Ash.
You're ready to score.
So if I'm Simon there, I think I'm just drawing 1 card rather than drawing with Jackson Howard for 2. Kind of a tough call. You do get to do a little more card selecting if you draw 2. There's blackmail. Obviously not going to do much with all the ice res on the table.
No.
And I don't know that you can really do much besides click for credits here.
Yeah, you kind of just have to get to a position where you're able to affect the board without just discarding like everything.
And he just goes to 0 installing Grimoire.
I don't like just constantly being at 0.
Yeah, it's really bad news, especially when you're playing Katie and Liberated in your deck. And daily casts. It just sets you back that much farther. And what is Grimoire really going to do? There's a Kronos project, so just another agenda, and then we're going to replace the Eli with the Toll Booth, it looks like. And that's going to be pretty good. He's going to need Data Sucker or Parasite to team up with the Yogg to get through that. And it's still going to cost him money. Money that he doesn't have right now. And there's that Adonis server is going to get vacated next turn, and
the perfect time. And then he'll just score the beta test and
score the Cronus project.
Backup.
If Jackson doesn't get checked here, if Archives doesn't get checked.
Grota draws, and sees what?
Sees Knifed and Deja Vu.
Neither are particularly good.
Knife could be okay if that R&D ices Eli, but it's not.
Yeah. Well, not good right now. All right, so I think you beta test.
You think you run it here? Yeah, I agree. He's only got one agenda in the discard, or two agendas in the discard. So he can safely mill one more. And if he mills an NAPD, or has to leave an NAPD, that's also not the end of the world. Because Rotom is not in a position to go ahead and steal it.
But, I mean, so also it's pretty good against Valencia. She can't, makes block mill a lot worse.
Right.
There we go.
Well,
and they're
the
a team with
incompetent.
incompetent.
All right.
Unfortunate.
But unless he milled 3 agendas, it's still okay.
Whenever it's best to run beta test, that's when it surely fails.
Right. Every goddamn time. So Shovel's 3 hidden cards in. We'll see if he left an NEPD or not. He did leave an NEPD.
Huh? Okay.
And Rotom chooses not to steal it. We're seeing that all over the place. No steals on NEPD. Finally finds a sure gamble.
The exact card he needed.
Yeah,
He might be stealing the NAPD this next turn. Okay, yep, just gonna do the Chronos.
Sure. Seems fine.
Seems good.
Yeah, making that second Deja Vu that he decided to keep that much worse.
Yeah.
And, well, you just have David now. David could break the toll booth. It can also break the wraparound.
Yeah, I can. Daviding through a wraparound is the thing. Oh, 1 second.
All right, so there's toll booth. It's gonna undo some amount of that sure gamble, about half. And also shut off R&D for the time being. There's a liberated account, so Rotom coming back in the credit department, maybe a little slow, and we've got a new install over here. I think I'm not sure what this install was. Might have been Donis. I don't remember. It's not an agenda. So with Sansa and Ash in this wraparound over here, it's going to take a long time and pretty much all the resources of Valencia to come in and tear up this server.
I mean,
I think R&D is the clear avenue to victory for Rotom.
Yeah.
But the toll booth there is going to do a lot towards making that difficult. Medium will help. He could... So there is the NAPD in the discard. Medium plus David could be getting into R&D 3 times for 4 accesses or more.
Yeah, and don't forget about the... Oh, actually, never mind.
There's DBS, so that's going to actually make it a little bit easier for Medium to R&D lock. And Simon decides to keep this pet project with his DBS.
Sure, I mean, he could, at the very least, he could just, throw an Adonis out there.
Yeah, it's just not very strong. I think you almost always want to bottom that once you score the other 1-pointer.
He gets Sansan out at some point. I don't know. It
feels like all liability to me. I don't understand when you want to go out of your way to score that. All right, so we do see the David.
There we go.
Yep. And he's just going to run without medium here. Just to
see what it is.
Yeah. He sees an Eli. He's just going to bounce off of that. He has the knife. So next turn, he has the play available to him of medium, knife R&D, click through, and get in for 2 accesses. And
I think that's the play next turn, barring HP affecting it in some way. But seems right to me.
Wow, he's going to blackmail it and trash this DBS? No, he's just going to run.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
You just let it.
This is, once again, really dangerous. We've seen a lot of
Dangerous running, man.
a lot of really dangerous running. Just no care for breaking centuries. Just gonna eat it every time. But it's all aesthetic. And Simon Rez is there.
I don't think I res there.
No, I don't res there either. It prevents you from scoring if you draw an agenda. And he does draw an agenda. So what is this? He installs his pet project.
Huh.
Interesting choice. I'm not sure I see why. I mean, obviously you get this.
It's credit.
Yeah, the credit, but
Yeah, I really don't like that wall of static res.
yeah, I don't like the wall of static res, and I don't like this install either. If you want to try and beta run, you can do it with a DBS instead. Obviously, you can't put the Sansan there too. You can't have two regions in the same server, even if one's unresed. So he's gonna knife the Eli and then bounce. Oh no! He said whoops. So he's not gonna bounce. He's gonna
date it, right?
Yeah. Alright, so that's gonna net him a second medium counter.
Hey, you're back. Okay.
Was I live?
Yeah, the call was dropping for a second.
Okay.
Gets an NAPD. Not the agenda he wants, but hey, it's an agenda.
Share your video, Anthony.
Oh.
Oh, wow. And a beta test off the top. Do you just have to, trash this pet project here?
Yeah. Man, that's awkward.
This is really awkward.
It makes that pet project so fucking bad, because he would have loved a beta test there.
Really?
I think so. He really needs to get some ice out.
I think if I'm HB here, my plan is to trash that. Pet project and just score a beta test ready to win next turn. He goes ahead and installs Adonis, Ash, and some ice.
Mm-hmm.
That server is probably just completely irrelevant, right?
It's horizontal HB.
So if you didn't install that pet project that turn, and you just install DBS on the server instead, you have the ability to go ahead and fast advance either the Vitruvius or the beta test and be in a position to win the game on the next turn. Because you installed the pet project, if you install over it, that leaves 3 points in the archives, which in combination with a 3-card medium dig and then a run on the archives could be... Alright, so he saw Architect on top.
That's a good point. He could have installed the NAPD that was in archives.
He could have. I don't know if it's really what you want to be doing. Maybe it is.
Might be better.
It might be. Okay, so back over to Val. Only 5 credits. So NAPD stealing is difficult, but he can spoon into R&D. He goes down to 0. No, he goes down to 1 because of DP. Trashing the toll booth.
Yeah, this is brutal.
It is somewhat brutal.
I mean, so I think HB's follow-up is to beta test because the runner is actually going to...
Nope. Now there's only one known card off the beta test, and actually the DBS is going to make it so the entire R&D is new cards.
Well, really? Because he's running again.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He's running again. Okay.
Yeah, he's seeing 4 cards, so the next 4 cards are going to be... So after the DBS, there will be 3 cards on top of it.
Ooh, and there's Vitruvius.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be extremely difficult for HP to deal with. No.
Yeah, so I think you still beta test because you just need to get lucky.
So
Because you can't purge.
you
That
can't.
doesn't do
You
anything.
know that both players know there's an NAPD still sitting in the discard.
Oh, that's right.
That's the issue with the beta test here. I think your only play might be to look for Jackson Howard. That is if the game doesn't end right here.
Ouch. Yeah, he went too horizontal. I don't know.
So if he had went ahead and scored a 2-pointer here. Oh, a virus sweep. Okay. Well, that's something.
That helps, actually.
Yeah, it does help.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, that means that you can run this beta test
and put some ice on archives. Yeah, that's the play.
Yeah, it is.
Get your beta test.
Yep, time to score beta test. You can bottom either of those cards. It's not going to matter. Yep, time to run the beta test. I don't know whether he did trash the virus suite. And he gets an Eli. Is that going to be good enough? I don't think it is, right? No, it's just enough. With Rotom on 1 credit, he can click for 1 credit and then click through Eli, but he won't have enough with the BP to steal. If he can inject on click 1, and if he injects into 3 programs, he'll win the game.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, so you gotta.
Or he could just run R&D, and he would see
maybe like 2 new cards or something. 1, 2.
Well, he'd see at least. He
saw 6 cards. He trashed this. Actually, all these cards are new because of DBS.
Yeah. So I mean, he's just gonna go for medium.
But trouble is, there's only 1 agenda left in the deck.
But he doesn't know that.
Yeah. Well, the fifth 3/2 is in the hand, and NAPDs are unstealable. Do you think it would be better to click for 2 credits and then run twice?
I swear I should have paid attention. Yeah, but because of the beta test and the DBS, it's definitely. Oh, sorry, what was that?
So if your plan is R&D, you've got 2 options. You can either click for 2 credits and run R&D, or you can just run R&D 4 times. If you're running R&D 4 times, you only have 1 thing that you can potentially see. You double your chances. You know that there's an NAPD and a discard now. So, and 1's obviously scored. So there's 2 agendas left in the deck total.
What did he do? Okay.
He injected, and he just missed.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that was only 1 credit net. So not quite enough to get through Eli and steal the NAPD.
Yeah, so you get 1 more credit and then run R&D.
Oh, no, he decides to just run R&D. This is a mistake. You definitely want to take... If you're going to inject on click 1 and you get those credits, you definitely want to click for another credit here. He still has a click left, so if he did see NAPD on top, he could click for a credit.
This is game 1 of this match, right?
Correct.
Man, brutal.
And it's not there.
All right. And that's going to be game.
And the NAPD was not on top of the deck. Yep, so HB squeaks it out thanks to just the perfect pull off of that beta test. Eli just exactly strong enough to keep Valencia out for 1 turn, and that's all he needed.
Yep, and man, that the Cyberdex MVP right there.
Oh yeah, Cyberdeck saved that game.
Cyberdex MVP. The Corp having to win with 5 agendas the hard way.
Yeah, the very hard way. You never want to be doing that with HP. And as expected, this whole pet project server didn't do a thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Is he had actually bottomed the last agendas with Daily Business Show. Yeah. Cool. That was a good game. That was really close there at the end.
Yep, tight game. It's funny that we've actually got 3 fast advance and no clots.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't see the whole max deck, so I'm not actually sure that there's no clots. It was clone chip max, so there could definitely be a clot in that deck. We didn't see it yet, but it could be there.
It could be. I mean, I think it's probably not, but yeah.
We're gonna remake the game. That's a new one. I've never seen Octagon. I've seen Octagon flip the image so that you're playing on the wrong side of the playmat, but I've never heard of having to deal with playing on the wrong side of the board.
There is always some new problem.
There is. Man, hurry up with Jinteki.net. Your only hope.
Yeah. Seriously. It's funny because it has nothing to do with what DB0 has done. It's just the platform itself.
Oh yeah, DB0 does an incredible job.
Yeah, he does great, but it's like
there's certain things that cannot be helped. All right.
I don't see the game up.
Wait to join it for a little bit. I want to let Rotom get in the game first. All right, so that win is going to put Simon at 4-1 now. All right, we can get it. You can get in the game now.
All right.
All right, here we go. Final game. Assuming we don't need a tiebreaker here anyway.
Final game, everyone.
The way the format is working is on 3-way ties. We're going to use the Stimhack League rankings to break the tie, but on a 2-way tie, we're going to have a single game playoff, where the higher rank in Stimhack League chooses sides. Right now, I think we have successfully avoided a 3-way tie, though. So the winner of the game will be the one with the best record.
Assuming that they tie here. Alrighty.
Simon chooses to keep this hand. I think this is a pretty bad max hand. It does have fast medium, but just dirty laundry. I don't think it's going to really cut it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really econ light.
Yeah, over on the other side, we've got a hedge fund, toll booth, melange restructure. There's a lot of money in this hand.
The instant keep. No.
Yeah,
I love these hands, so we just get super rich right at the start.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to worry about money for a little bit. Chooses the Ice HQ? No, R&D. That is the correct call, I think, against Matt.
Yeah, because I was going to say, otherwise we're going to see that medium just slam down, right?
Wow, and he goes, Data Sucker, run to R&D. And this toll booth's going to hurt a lot here.
Man. Oh, that's brutal.
That's totally brutal. Just punishing him even more for keeping this really, really awkward hand. Here's Dirty Laundry in HQ. Not even enough to trash Melange, but if he does manage to hit the 1 and 3 on the Beal, that's a big deal.
Oh, he did with the deal?
He did not.
Oh, okay. I thought you were ahead of me for a second, but no. And what did he see?
I don't know what he saw.
Not the NEH I was expecting.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think this deck is really just... Ooh, you got to draw again here, don't you?
I mean, restructure is interesting, which is probably what he saw if he said that.
Maybe. I mean, you could have easily seen Melange, too. Oh my god, that's so awkward.
That is the worst.
The thing is Simon...
Now you just run the hand, right?
Yeah, that's what he's going to choose to do. He chooses to set up daily business show. I guess he's just thinking that he's never going to try and steal his NEPD here, so might as well.
Just nabs the Astro. Brutal.
Yeah. So Rotom's going to, have the ability to take a turn with this Melange, but now that he's found Jackson, he might want to just overdraw instead. HQ is still wide open. If Max gets access to an imp either in the discard or by drawing it, HQ looks pretty ripe. And if you're not overdrawing with Jackson, I guess you're you're playing your econ cards, and then you're left with nothing but agendas.
No, yeah, you definitely need to
Overdraw here.
overdraw. I don't even think it's particularly close. So
Do you draw one more card here and then just pitch the whole?
I mean, you could draw more.
You can click for your options are like click for a credit or draw one more card. I think. And you choose to draw one more.
He did that. Okay.
Yeah. Is he going to pitch the Astro? He is. So looking to set up for a long game here.
Yeah, he just needs to stabilize for
So
a second.
this is like a Glacier-ish MBN. I know that he had at least one Biotic Labor in there, but he does also have 2 Ashes, a bunch of Toll Booths, Melange.
Restructures.
Yeah, the sort of thing that can keep you going in a longer game.
It's cool. I really like it.
So here's a quick one check archives. This is going to trigger Jackson while also getting yourself a Data Sucker counter. I think with the single draw off Jackson Arab, you have a you're very sure that he's going to be discarding exactly 3 agendas. Otherwise, I think he would be drawing 2 cards. And yeah, here's another run into HQ, but it's too late. The agendas are gone.
Sees the Ash.
Yep. And he's going to take one more shot at HQ. This is going to allow Melange to fire.
Sees the Ash again.
Well, there's 2 of them now.
He saw the same one. Alright, Corp goes, gets a Sand.
Can I leave my keys?
Normal.
Keys right there?
Yes.
Okay.
This seems correct to me. Line HQ gets a bunch of money.
It's
Yep.
stuffy in here.
Open the windows.
Max, I've had worse.
I've had worse and do a bunch of injects.
And is gonna
Check HQ.
see, like,
I think you just no res here, right? Like,
no, reses. It's reasonable.
yeah, he might get a click through. He obviously doesn't. And there's Parasite on Toll Booth, and he's got enough Data Sucker counters accumulated now that he can blow that up at will. He can even blow it up right now, and it might not be a bad idea.
If he doesn't, let's see. If he doesn't blow it up right now, the Corp
Can purge.
would purge. But would they purge is the question.
I'm not really sure. It's
I
not.
guess we'll,
So the problem with the purge here is he can just run archives like 3 or 4 times and not really have lost anything.
yeah. So, and if you're both just doing nothing, Max is probably gaining more.
Yeah, Max has got like a drip econ ability.
Yeah, you got the daily cast, you got Max's ability.
Yeah, that's true. There's also the daily cast on the table. So that, I mean, he's going to get that money anyway, but accelerating it is, it's not worth nothing.
Yeah.
So Rotom's got to think here. He's got a few options. He can just install Sand to see another card. Maybe he finds some ice to replace the Toll Booth, or get in front of the Toll Booth at the very least. Maybe stop Data Sucker from going off this turn.
Yeah.
He could also hit his Melange and just go up in money a lot more, and that's what he's going to do. But there's going to be a pretty strong RMD counterattack from Max here. Oh no, he's just gonna go into HQ and blow up the Eli. Yeah, I don't know about this.
Medium. I'm a little surprised he didn't go for the medium dig.
Yeah, I would have definitely thought
I mean,
about that.
that's the play that I would have done. But
He's just gonna, blow up the melange.
huh.
I mean, obviously, naked melange on the table. It's like somewhat high priority target. There's breaking news for NEH. You could always just score that.
Well, I don't know. You're kind of. I would just be so concerned about my R&D at this point.
Yeah, you have to be. As Max sits there with a cold chip and goes deeper into the game. Medium's just inevitable.
Jesus, this is just not going well. He's just trying no ice.
Yeah, and look at what just came off the top. If it was the medium play that was made last turn rather than the knife play, we would have saw we would have saw 3 more points go directly into the palms of Max.
I mean, the medium play was definitely the superior play, I think.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, it's going to happen this turn. We'll see if, with any luck, maybe Max will be able to see some more agendas.
Yep.
And there goes the toll booth, leaving NEH completely iceless.
I mean, the Corp has seen a lot of agendas so far.
Yeah, pretty good amount. They were shuffled in with Jackson, though.
Mm-hmm.
And another miss. But the medium having 2 counters,
This is a very asset-heavy deck, asset upgrade-heavy deck.
Oh, wow, there's an executive boot camp.
Yeah.
And he goes ahead and installs that, sees an NAPD. Did Max decline to steal that NAPD?
I think he did.
Yeah, once again.
Wow.
And I guess you just got to draw another card here, right? You've got no options.
Yeah, this is just brutal.
I mean, you could double Ash R&D here and try and drain Max's money. Oh, and another Beal. All right, so you can search up Jackson Howard with Executive Boot Camp here and then discard 2 Beals.
Yeah. It's that, or you're like, play San. That doesn't. I'm not sure.
You could just play Sansan and discard an agenda anyway.
Yeah.
He just goes ahead and ashes R&D. So this is just going to be like a 3-credit tax on Max and a 2-credit tax on NEH. He doesn't even need to pay the Ash Trace or anything. He gets a medium counter, so he's not going to really miss on anything. There's 4 cards and a Queen's Gambit on the remote. Is that a Sansan there? No, that's the Executive Boot Camp.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to be a good amount of money for Max here. And then he does go running R&D.
I don't know. I might have just pounded R&D a bunch, to be honest.
I think this was okay. I don't have any objections to this play. Retrieval Run is a pretty good one here. That's going to be a copy of pretty much any program. I don't see Archives getting iced this game ever. And Executive Bootcamp going to search something up. I wonder what. Why do you want to search something up before you go for the R&D access?
Yeah, I mean, he's just making it more porous, isn't he? What? Alright, so somehow the runner accessed the executive boot camp. Which is hilarious, but it's quite a bit awkward.
All right, so I'm going to make a ruling here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, I'm going to say Simon gets -1 click on his next turn because he saw that EBC when he shouldn't have.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of doing it. You got a free infiltration.
Yeah. Pictures of what?
Well, it's an ice, but it's pop-up, so it doesn't really do shit to medium.
Nope. Nope, you run through that all day. Here goes EBC, searching up Jackson Howard. He's a hedge fund. It's kind of whatever. You really just need a non-pop-up ice here so badly. And he fails to find it again. So I guess you just pop up R&D and then pitch a bunch of agendas, right? Like,
yeah, but he's got the medium out, so you want all these agendas in R&D? I don't know. He's just in an incredibly rough spot.
yeah, maybe you don't want all the agendas in R&D. You could pitch closed accounts. That's very unlikely to actually do anything this game. You can pitch pad campaign. It's a little bit slow. Yeah, maybe you just want to ditch, like, you're ditching 3 cards here. So you can keep 2 of your agendas. Maybe you discard NAPD and BL. And then close accounts and keep 1 BL.
So he puts out the pop-up to at least give the appearance of strength.
Right. Well, with the clone chip out, it's just
Yeah.
it's no problem for Max to just make the run, see what it is. When he finds out his pop-up window, I mean, the only question is whether he feels like parasiting or not.
So, yeah, you run R&D, then you'll run archives.
I think you probably want to parasite this. Yeah. With the other clone chip available, it seems fine.
So, he'll access 4 cards, and then I would run
Run archives.
That
is, if
touch any cards. Oh, did you make sure to give him the -1 click? Did he do that? Ugh.
Oh, no, what's this?
Yeah, he did. He did the -1 click.
Okay.
Yeah, he did it.
So, yeah, now you can check archives and then run R&D again.
Yeah.
He instead just goes for R&D. This is a fine call, too. Having stolen...
Yeah, it becomes viable because he stole 2 agendas.
Right.
So.
Yeah, if you saw a bunch of blanks, obviously, you want to proc the Jackson. Oh, and there's NAPD, and that's the game.
Jesus. Poor Corp, man. Just agendas everywhere. That was unfortunate.
All right, so Simon, deep in the win territory. Vex over here is going to have to 2-0 Nobo to keep himself alive in this tournament. If Vex has lost the game already, we can call it. All right.
Yeah, I don't really know that that's a Glacier deck.
No, it's a little halfway.
Yeah. It's like a post-global warming.
So, thanks for watching, everybody, and congratulations to Simon Moon, which is not actually his name. I think that's Kenny Deacons. So, congratulations to Simon Moon, winner of Stimhack League 3. We'll get him a badge in the forums and expect to see Stimhack League 4 coming probably sometime next week or so. Always a great way, if you guys don't know, to get in games against some strong players on Octagon. Maybe avoid some of the complete crazy jank you see when you open up a game that's just for anybody on Octagon. So if you're looking to get in some a little more serious games on Octagon, be on the lookout for Stimhack League 4, and it could be you next time.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later.